If it starts to lean towards this red, pink, rust, and amber, this can really create a variety of issues that we kind of need to look into. So the easy things are, oh man, I had a bunch of beets or rhubarb or fava beans, or even too much aloe can make this urine a little bit darker. Too many berries could make it kind of pink, you know, that kind of thing. But if you haven't been eating those foods, then you want to look into, okay, some antibiotics and medications could do that. Artificial coloring in kids' drinks. If you're drinking kids' drinks, then you're really not doing it right. You really don't want to be drinking kids' drinks. But the big deal is going to be problems with either the liver or gallbladder or some type of bile flow issue. A lot of people just view this as a gallbladder problem, but a lot of times the gallbladder is having trouble because a person's bile has become too thick and sticky and it doesn't flow correctly, and then it continues to concentrate in that bile. And bile is this soapy substance that's made by the liver, and it helps us emulsify or break down our dietary fats. It also helps us digest our food. But a lot of the toxins that the liver filters out, it puts into that bile. And then that way when the bile comes down to help us digest our food, the bile carries those toxins through our intestinal tract, and then the toxins go out the back door when we poop like a champion. So this bile flow is very important, and it's very common for someone's bile to become too thick and sticky to flow correctly. And now those toxins are not being removed by the body. So now they accumulate, and then the body's like, what am I going to do with these? Hey, maybe the kidneys can help out. The kidneys aren't really supposed to get rid of this solid type waste stuff, but we'll ask them to help out anyways. So if the kidneys are peeing out and the urine looks almost like, you know, this rust or amber or really dark color, then that can be a sign of some problems going on. If you're seeing like a light colored stool or a pale colored stool, then that can be a really strong indication of poor bile flow, and some steps might need to be taken to correct that problem. Dehydration, but usually this is severe dehydration when you're really going to see it this kind of amber-like color. Maybe you were sick for a few days and just lying around not really drinking a whole lot. Also, if it's dark, you know, it could be like old blood, and you know, blood could be red when it comes out. That's a real problem. You really want to get medical help if that's an issue. But if it's older, it can become darker. If it's like coming higher in the system, it can become darker as it moves through the system. So that could be an indication of this amber rust type color of urine. Exercise-induced hematuria is kind of this situation that you see commonly with maybe somebody running a marathon or doing very extreme, heavy, intense weightlifting kind of things. That can create some issues there. But when we're seeing it where it looks like, hey, is that a blood thing? Is that kind of scary a situation? Then you might want to get some medical help in these types of situations.